Welcome to the first class of a 4-part series on liminal space. So if you don't know what that means, this class we're just going to break down what it is and how it can affect us. And so today you might want a strap or a belt, scarf, whatever you might have in your home. You may not need it, but if it's something that you typically tend to use, why don't you just hit pause, go grab that, and come back and join. But as you're ready, we're just going to come take a simple seated position. So crossing at the ankles or at the shins, find yourself sitting up tall. Feel the crown of the head reaching up towards the ceiling as you relax the shoulders down and away from the ears. Palms just face down on your knees. Fingers just gently draping down around the kneecaps. Just taking a moment just to feel your own breath move through your body here. Tuning into what it is that you come into our time with. What emotions you've been processing. What situations have been going on that might try to get in the way and take up space on your mat. Can you just, with your exhale, leave those behind so you can just fully be present to what is right now for this next bit of time on your mat. And as we tune in, let's tune into a deeper breath. Maybe you take that inhale, feel it start at the belly, coming all the way up, feeling it grow your chest taller and wider as it moves up the body. And then exhale, feel it roll over the shoulders and down the back. And maybe it helps, if you're newer to this deep breathing, to count your inhale and your exhale, maybe for 3 breaths in, 3 counts, and 3 counts out. Just keeping an even pace with your inhales and your exhales. So again, maybe you are familiar with this term liminal space. Maybe you're not. But I thought we would start this 4-part series breaking down what it is and how it affects us. I've been really inspired. I received Richard Rohr emails, and he really broke down liminal space a couple weeks ago, and that was where the inspiration for a lot of these classes have come from, and I'll read different parts of the emails throughout the teachings because they really spoke to me, and I believe there's something for each of you practicing in it as well. So as you listen and you're simple seated, just as we start in meditation, just keep with that breath. Let it root you into the present moment. So he says, liminal space is an inner state and sometimes an outer situation where we can begin to think and act in new ways. It is where we are betwixt and between, having left one room or stage of life, but not yet entered the next. We usually enter liminal space when our former way of being is challenged or changed. Perhaps when we lose a job or a loved one, during illness, at the birth of a child, or a major relocation. It is a graced time, but often doesn't feel graced in any way. In such space, we are not certain or in control. This global pandemic we now face is an example of an immense collective liminal space. The very vulnerability and openness of liminal space allows room for something genuinely new to happen. We are empty and receptive, erased tablets waiting for new words. Liminal space is where we are most teachable, often because we're most humbled. Liminality keeps us in an ongoing state of shadow boxing instead of ego confirmation, struggling with the hidden side of things and calling so-called normalcy into creative question. From here, we'll interlace the hands behind the head. Really press the elbows out to the side. Feel the shoulder blades kiss together. Press the skull into the palms. Just breathing here with an open heart, with a gaze that's softly lifted. So we think about this idea of being a clean slate. Just open, waiting for something new. From here, we'll drop the right elbow down towards the right knee as we just side bend. Keep pressing the back of the skull into the hands, gently drawing that left elbow back. Gazing slightly up. Feel that in the left side of your body. One more full breath in. Side out. Come back center, switch sides. Left elbow moves towards the left knee. The right elbow will want to drop down. Can you open it back up? Keep it pointing up towards the ceiling as you draw the skull into your head. Your skull into your hands. Root that right hip down as you find that stretch along the right side body. One more full cycle of breath. On the bottom of your exhale, just bring the hands back to your knees. We'll take seated cat-cow. So as you inhale, just puff the chest forward, lift the chin. As you exhale, round the back. Draw the chin to your chest. Inhale, chest lifts, gaze lifts. Exhale, round, moving at the breath, your pace. Just taking a few more rounds, just massaging your spine, noticing how it feels. Finding one more cycle, and then we'll just find ourselves in neutral. Taking your legs out long in front of you. Pressing the heels down into the ground, the backs of the knees pressed down. Again, find yourself sitting up tall. Reach the arms up, biceps in line with your ears. As we exhale, we're going to hinge forward from the hips, seated forward fold. Finding your edge. Once you hit that edge, just place the hands at your sides, maybe grab for your feet. Keeping that length in your spine, just gently begin to bring your chin to your chest. Taking 5 full breaths here. One more full breath in. Stay for your exhale. Then we'll walk ourselves back up. Keeping the legs out long in front of you, we're just going to either take your strap here, if you need to strap it around that left foot, or you're going to reach for the pinky edge of that left foot with your right hand. Lift that left heel off the ground, so you'll kind of just slightly hinge back with the chest, and you grab for that foot, reach the left foot up. Can you extend the left arm back? Maybe the gaze follows the hand. Maybe the right heel hovers just above the ground. Keep sitting up tall. Try to avoid any rounding in the spine. Can you keep drawing up from the crown of the head? One more breath here. Exhale. To come out of it, let's take that left foot, drape the ankle just over the right knee. So figure 4, a seated figure 4. Keep the left foot slightly flexed. Again, we'll just reach the arms up. Inhale. Exhale, fold over your right leg. Taking 3 deep, full breaths here. So how are you in this liminal space? What was lost or left behind as you've been thrown here, probably not by choice? Can we envision ourselves as a clean slate, teachable, open, expectant, coming back up. Just take simple seated again one more time, maybe crossing the opposite ankle in front. So whatever you normally do, just switch that crossing. Open your palms over your knees. Teachable, open, expectant. Maybe what was once our normal needed to be called into creative question. So in our class today, let's set our intention on openness and teachability. That maybe not having control is freeing and leaves us open to immense possibility. Can we reframe the way we see this liminal space? One full breath in. Exhale it out. Again, taking the legs out long in front of you. This time, maybe you take your strap around that right foot. If you use the strap, just take it into the left hand or reach your left hand for the pinky edge of your right foot. Once you grab onto that, lift the right leg up. Stay tall in the spine as you reach the right arm back behind you. Maybe that left heel hovers over the mat. If you want a little extra challenge and balance, maybe the gaze looks back. And then on your next exhale, let's take that right ankle, drape it over the left knee. Seated figure 4 with a slight flexed right foot. Arms reach up. Exhale, hinge forward, fold it out. We'll start to pick up the pace here a little bit. Just take 2 more full breaths here. And then let's come out of that, we'll just make our way into table. And then walk your hands just a few inches ahead of your shoulders. Curl the toes under and just lift the knees just a few, like an inch or so off the ground. Hug the inner thighs together. Draw the navel into the spine. Breathe here. Fingers spread wide. As you exhale, come into a down dog. Your first down dog, just move this one out. And then as you take your next inhale, shift forward, high plank. And we're going to just move through bear, down dog, and plank a few times. So from your plank, kind of come into that crouching bear. So it's like table, bend the knees, let them hover over the ground. Next exhale, down dog. Inhale, shift forward, high plank. Exhale, bear. Stay for an inhale. Exhale, down dog. Ride the full breath out. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, bear. Stay for the inhale. Last round, exhale to down dog. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, bear. Stay for the inhale, and then exhale to down dog. Hold your down dog. Maybe just wag your tail, bend your knees. Work it out. From here, lift the right leg up. We're going to just take that right knee and shift forward, high plank, tap the right knee towards the left elbow. Inhale, press it back up, 3-legged down dog. Exhale, right knee to left elbow. Inhale, high. Last one, right knee, left elbow, hold here. This time, extend that right leg out to the left. Drop the pinky edge of the foot to the left side. From here, root into the right hand. We're going to reach the left arm up, coming into fallen star. Really root that right hand down and lift the hips a little higher. Maybe left bicep comes over the ear. And then as we transition, let's bring that left hand back down. Really draw that right knee back in towards the chest. And then we're going to just pivot into side plank from here. So root into the left hand and take that right leg on top of the left. Maybe you drop onto the left knee and just find a modified side plank, or you keep the legs stacked. Whatever variation is best for you today. Maybe bicep comes over the ear. One more breath. And then let's come down forearm plank. So drop down to the forearms, stay lifted, draw the navel into your spine. Hold just a few breaths. And then drop the belly down. We'll come into Sphinx pose. So staying on the forearms. Tops of the feet press down into the mat. Make sure the elbows are directly under the shoulders. Palms spread wide. Really press the forearms down as you lift the chest and the top of the crown of the head. Feel your heart trying to pull between the shoulder blades and the shoulders draw back. And then from here, just press yourself back up into high plank or table, and then to down dog. Take the other side. So this time left leg lifts high. Shift forward, left knee crosses to the right elbow. Inhale, reach it up, three-legged down dog. Exhale, left knee, right elbow. Inhale, press it up. Last one, left knee, right elbow. This time extend the left foot out to the right side, pinky edge comes down to the right. Root into the left hand, right arm reaches up, fallen star. Really root down, keep lifting the hips up. Come up out of that left shoulder, rise. Maybe bicep comes over the ear. Next breath, bring that right hand back down. Draw that left knee back into your chest and then pivot onto the pinky edge of that right foot. Come onto the right hand's modified side plank, drops the right knee down, or maybe you stack, left leg comes on top of the right. Finding your version of side plank today. And really draw that top hip up. On your next exhale, bring that left hand down, coming into forearm plank. So bring the forearm down, the left and then the right, holding a few breaths. Pressing the forearms down as you puff the back of the heart up, gazing towards the front of your mat. On your next exhale, coming into Sphinx, just drop the lower body, drop the belly. Tops of the feet press down. Very active pose here. Root the forearms down and then find that heart lift here. Gaze lifts. Keep drawing the navel into your spine. And then either coming into table to down dog or pressing into high plank to down dog. We'll do that one more time, making a little variation, this time a little bit faster. So from your down dog, right leg lifts. As you exhale, right knee, left elbow. Inhale, three-legged down dog. Exhale, twist. Inhale, three-legged down dog. Exhale, twist. This time, kick that right leg out to the left side, fallen star, root the right hand down, left arm reaches up. As you exhale, bring that left hand back down, right knee back in towards the chest, just pivoting to the side plank, left hand roots down, right arm reaches up, your variation of your side plank. As you exhale, bring that right forearm down, left forearm down, just a full breath in your forearm plank. And then instead of coming into Sphinx this time, we're going to walk the feet in. So we're going to come into dolphin pose. So it's basically down dog on your forearm. So from here, walk the feet closer to the elbows. Staying here. Feel the shoulder blades kind of open up here, broad in the back. Fingers spread wide and really pressing down into the ground, into your mat. Maybe you can explore lifting your right leg up. If you have forearm stand, you can take it. We're not here long, so don't move the mat. Just if you haven't, you want to do little kicks. And then switching sides, if you're lifting your legs, try the left side. Next, exhale. Let's come back to our palms, coming into down dog. Let's switch sides. So we take the left leg, lift it up, inhale. Exhale, tap left knee to right elbow. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. This one, kick the left leg out to the right side, root the left hand down, right arm reaches up, fallen star. Next, exhale, right hand comes back down, start to transition into side plank on your right hand. Just find full breath in your side plank. On your exhale, bring that left forearm down, then the right forearm. Hold your forearm plank. And then start to walk the toes in, bending at the hips, dolphin pose. Really press the forearms down and then feel like you're trying to split the mat in half here. One more breath in. As you exhale, you can take a child's pose for a brief rest. If down dog feels restful, just stay there. So this liminal space can feel really raw and disorienting because grief is involved. Loss and change always brings some sense of grieving. Grieving what was while unsure of what will be. I know before all of this started, I was already in my own liminal space. I've heard it said you can call it like a major plot twist in my life. And I was just trying to grieve and be in all of that. And then I felt like all of this smacked me and all of you in the face, right? And in a way, it felt like it just came out of nowhere. Just how intense it got so quickly. And it started to shift from a very personal liminal space to a very communal experience. And it's true, I have never felt less certain and so not in control. And yet sometimes that very truth feels really comforting. I don't have to have answers. I don't have to hustle for a plan. There's just some invitation here to simply be, to stay open to surprises along the way. I'm not saying it's not hard and it's not a fight, but I know that there is something beautiful happening here. There's something going on that we can't fully see. And it goes against our nature, but I think this is where the normalcy of what was is brought into creative question. And we get to anticipate and dream up and wait for a new way forward to emerge. To believe that something genuinely new is going to happen and is happening. It makes me think of Isaiah 43:19. It says, "Watch closely. I am preparing something new. It's happening now even as I speak. And you're about to see it. I am preparing a way through the desert. Waters will flow where there had been none." And I'm not saying that God caused this, that's, any of that, but I do believe that something beautiful always comes out of liminal space if we really embrace it. That something new is being prepared and is happening now. There's this rumbling beneath the surface of things. And I don't know, that just fills me with some hope and anticipation of what is it going to look like. I have my moments of really low and grief and just sadness and depressed, but then I read things like this and I'm like, no, there's something more. And I want to be patient and let it just ride out, to stay open to the creativity, to be teachable, to be these blank slates ready for anything to be written. Can we lean in together and expect to stay attentive and aware to the subtle shifts and changes taking place? Feel free to stay in your child's pose longer if you need it. Otherwise, we're going to just build from that flow we just had and add a little bit onto it. So as you're ready, right leg lifts. Just one time, right knee to left elbow, kick it out, fallen star. Right hand roots down, left arm reaches. Exhale that left hand back down, pivot into side plank, left hand roots down, right arm reaches in your side plank. From here, let's take that top leg, step it forward to runner's lunge. So right leg is forward. Hold a few breaths in your runner's lunge, staying up on the fingertips, really pressing that left inner thigh up. Lifting the heart, lifting the gaze, ready. And then from here, we're just going to walk our hands over to the side, coming into wide A. We're in a wide A. Rise up, let the shoulders stack over the hips. Turn the toes out, heels slightly in. And then bend down, tailbone drops down towards the ground. Avoiding any duck butt here. Let's just drop down. Maybe the hands are on the thighs. Can you lift the heels? Just an option. Remember, make this your own. And breathe here. Maybe you can drop down a little bit deeper into the bend. A few more breaths. Liminal space is being in that uncomfortable in-between. So we get uncomfortable in our body. We learn how to just breathe in it, knowing none of it lasts. We're never stuck. And then from here, bring the heels down if you've lifted them. Straighten the legs. Let's pivot back, bending into the front knee, warrior two. So right toes pointing back towards the front of the mat. Left foot's parallel to the back of your mat. Flip the palms open here, warrior two with palms open. As you take an exhale, straighten that right leg. Bring the palms together overhead. Maybe the gaze goes up. Exhale, bend back in, warrior two, arms open. Just flowing a few times. Exhale, straighten the leg, palms come together, gaze lifts. Inhale, bend back in, open the arms. 3 more like that. Exhale, straighten, lift the arms. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, straighten, arms lift. Inhale, open up, warrior two. Last one, straighten, exhale. Inhale, warrior two. From here, windmill the hands down, frame that front foot, pivot to the ball of the back foot. Stay in that runner's lunge. From here, walk the hands a few inches in front of the shoulders and pick that left leg up, standing L. So flex the left foot. Feel like you're stomping into a wall behind you. Lift from that left inner thigh up, keeping the hips squared down towards the ground. On the fingertips, can you lift your gaze, lift your heart? Maybe stay in standing L if you want to take it a little further, coming into warrior three. Maybe the hands come onto that right knee. Open like wings. Hands at heart center. Just a few breaths here. And whether you're in standing L or warrior 3, everyone come to a forward fold. Bring that left leg down to meet the right. Maybe take opposite arm, opposite elbow. Gently nod out the head. And then as you're ready, come up halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. As you inhale, let's step back to down dog. We'll build out on the other side. Left leg lifts. Just one time, shift forward, high plank, left knee comes to right elbow. Kick the left foot out to the right. Left hand roots, right arm opens up. On your exhale, right hand comes down. Bring that left knee back in towards the chest and pivot to side plank. Right hand roots. Left arm lifts. This time, take the left leg, step the left foot forward to the top of the mat. Bring the hands to frame that front foot, runner's lunge. Come to the ball of the right foot. We kind of drop the hips down, but then lift that right inner thigh up towards the ceiling. Light on the fingertips, heart and gaze lifted, looking ahead. And then can you just pivot yourself to wide A, and then slowly lift up. Again, let the toes point out, heels come in, sink down. Maybe this time you take opposite arm, opposite elbow over the head. Find your breath, stay tall and long in the spine. Again, maybe you take the option of lifting the heels and sinking in a little more. Maybe you keep the heels down, but can you find a deeper bend? Work to your edge today. But we hold the posture, but not the breath. So press in even deeper when it gets harder, when it feels more intense. Can you go deeper in your breath? Draw in more strength. And then if you've lifted the heels, drop them down. Let's pivot back to the front of the mat, warrior 2. So bending into that left knee, right foot is parallel to the back of the mat. Palms open, flowing 5 times, just straightening the front leg, palms lift, come together. Inhale, open up, warrior 2. Exhale, straighten, bring the palms together. Exhale, warrior 2. Full breath in, exhale, straighten the front leg, palms together. Inhale, warrior 2. Do 2 more like that on your own. This time, stay in your warrior 2. Windmill the hands down. Frame that front foot, come to the ball of the back foot. Finding that runner's lunge. And then walking the hands forward, pick that right leg up, standing L. Keeping the hips both squared down to the ground. Flex the right foot. Lift the chest and the gaze. So it's a little bit like an up dog in the upper body. Maybe staying in your standing L for that support, or working your balance, coming into warrior 3. Just 3 full breaths. Next, exhale, bring that right foot to meet the left, forward fold. We'll just go through that one more time on each side, taking it at a little faster pace. So your body knows where it's going. Try to get out of the head and just be in the movement. Be with your breath. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, step back. If you can either go to high plank and vinyasa or just right to down dog. And then as you're ready, right leg lifts. Shift forward, right knee to left elbow, fall in star, kick that right leg out. On your next breath, bring that left hand down, root into the left hand, bring the right knee back into the chest, side plank. As you take your exhale, can you bring that right knee into the chest and step it forward, runner's lunge, right foot forward. Just a full breath in, gaze up. Pivot to wide A. Come up, toes point out, heels in. Arms sweep high. One breath. As you exhale, straighten the legs. Pivot, warrior two. Windmill the hands, come down. Frame the front foot, come to the ball of your back foot. Runner's lunge. Step into standing L. Left leg lifts. Maybe find warrior three just for a breath. And then bring that lifted leg to meet the bottom leg. Forward fold. Again, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back, high plank. You can go through vinyasa or just press to down dog. Let's take that again on the left side. So left leg lifts, shift forward, left knee to right elbow, kick the leg out. Fallen star, root into the left hand, right arm lifts. Exhale, right arm down, bring that left knee into the chest, side plank. Left leg stacks on top of right. Left arm reaches high. As you exhale, can you bring the left knee into the chest, step it forward, runner's lunge. Left knee forward on the ball of the back foot. Pivot into wide A. Coming up. Opposite arm, opposite elbow over the head. And the next exhale, open up warrior two, bending into the left leg. On your exhale, windmill the hands down. Coming into runner's lunge and then walk the hands forward, standing L, lifting the chest, flexing the foot. Maybe finding warrior three just for your full breath in. As you exhale, come to forward fold. If you want to hit pause and do that again, feel free to go in a few more rounds. Otherwise, from here, let's just step back to down dog and then make our way to child's pose. If you want a restorative child's pose, you can take the arms back by the heels. You can let the arms be forward, maybe bring the palms together in prayer. Let the thumbs come to the back of your neck. Just slowing down your breath. Sitting in this liminal space and just noticing what it brings up for you. Does it feel like just doom and gloom and everything's been lost? Or are you able to taste the hope and the anticipation? If you're like me, maybe you vacillate between both of those things. Or maybe you feel them both at the same time, which is also something I've been experiencing, which can be a weird feeling. From here, let's find a twisted child's pose. So just lift slightly. Let's thread that right shoulder underneath the left. And just drop down on the right cheek. It can feel strange to feel very conflicting emotions happening at the same time. But that's normal. And that's okay. To be mourning and grieving what was. This world as we knew it is completely changed. There's been a death in what we've known. Yet we don't know how we emerge yet from it. We don't know what it fully looks like. But again, we set our intention on this being teachable, being open to these shifts and changes, showing us something creative, that we maybe needed a disruption from what was our normal. To maybe to reprioritize, to see things in a fresh way. And those can be humbling moments, like it says. But can we allow ourselves to be humble and to be open? To say what needs to change, what shifts need to happen. Switching sides, threading the left shoulder underneath the right arm, coming to your left cheek, a few breaths. Just noticing what this all stirs within you. Notice how your body responds. Notice how it affects your breathing. As you're ready, let's just untwist out of that child's pose. Slowly press ourselves into a table, crossing our ankles. Just shift your weight back and then come onto your back. We'll do a little hip opening twist before we take our Shavasana. So from here, let's bring the feet hip distance apart. We'll just thread the needle. So cross your right ankle over your left knee. Gently press the right knee away from your body with your right hand. And if that feels like it's a good enough stretch for you today, just stay here. Or you can interlace your hands in that little hole you've created, drawing your left thigh in towards your chest. Interlacing your hands behind the thigh or on the shin. If you want a little extra, you can take that right elbow and gently press the right thigh away from you as you draw the left thigh in. Relax the shoulders. Breathe into the spaces where you feel sensation. Just checking in with the muscles in your face. Allow them to release any tension they're holding in your jaw, your third eye. Holding the posture, but still breathing deeply. Just 2 more breaths. And then we'll keep the legs as they are. Just now cross the right knee over the left. And then scoot the hips to the right. Let the knees drop to the left, coming into a spinal twist. Opening the arms out like a T. Keeping both shoulders rooted down. Draw them away from the ears if they've crept up. Just being in this quiet space. Can you find some freedom in not having control, but just being in the flow of what is? On your next inhale, just coming back to neutral. Maybe you need to hug the knees to chest before you switch sides. As you're ready, bring the feet to hip distance apart again on the ground, crossing your left ankle over the right knee. Gently pressing the left knee away with the left hand and staying here if that's enough of your stretch today. Otherwise, thread the needle, draw the right thigh in towards the chest. To deepen it even more, you can let the left elbow gently press into the left thigh and press it away as the right thigh comes in. Relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the muscles in your face. Just surrendering to this liminal space we're in. Remembering that when things die, when things are finished, what was, we wait for the new life to grow, to be birthed. It doesn't stay in the death of what was, but we're always being moved towards the new thing going on. But it always comes with so many different emotions, and so we just allow ourselves to be where we are. But maybe today just finding that glimmer of hope we've needed. So you're ready? We'll just cross that left knee or over the right knee. Scoot the hips to the left, drop the knees to the right. Spinal twist. Just a few more breaths here. And as you're ready, just come back out, just taking any final movement you need. Just letting your body invite you into the movement. Then if you have an open wall space where you are, feel free to move yourself over to that to take legs up the wall. If not, you can just take a traditional Shavasana, legs out long. But if you want, just find yourself, come up to the wall, just scoot your right side right up against the wall and just kind of pivot yourself so that both legs are up with your glutes just directly tapped up against the wall. You don't have to flex your feet, just kind of let them soften as they lift. You can let your arms be at your side, palms face open. Just find a slow, deep breath in, holding it at the top of the inhale. Maybe you take in a little more air and then sigh it out. I just want to read over you in this Shavasana poem that in some of my own liminal spaces the last few years that I've been in, this poem has really spoken to me, given me just something visual to affirm where I'm at, to give hope. It's by John O'Donohue. It says, "You are in this time of the interim, where everything seems withheld. The path you took to get here has washed away. The way forward is still concealed from you. The old is not old enough to have died away. The new is still too young to be born. But take heart," he writes. "What is being transfigured here is your mind, and it is difficult and slow to become new. The more faithfully you can endure here, the more refined your heart will become for your arrival in the new dawn." just want to read that one more time. You are in a time of the interim, where everything seems withheld. The path you took to get here has washed out. The way forward is still concealed from you. The old is not old enough to have died away, and the new is still too young to be born. But take heart. What is being transfigured here is your mind, and it is difficult and slow to become new. The more faithfully you can endure here, the more refined your heart will become for your arrival in the new dawn. And so you're here now in the liminal space. But we will not be here forever. So with palms open, can we let this time do what it will within us? Can we stay open? Can we stay soft? Can we stay teachable? Can we allow ourselves to be a fresh, clean slate, ready and waiting for the new to be written on us? Just begin to move your fingers and your toes, dropping your neck side to side, bringing your knees into your chest, rolling in a fetal position when you're ready. Just making your way up to seated. Your eyes closed, your gaze softly down. Just feel the sit bones rooted down and the crown of your head reaching up. Find a full breath in. Sigh it out. With palms face open on your knees, let us remain open, soft, and teachable as we await our arrival in the new dawn. You can blink your eyes open. Thank you for practicing with me today.